Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling your radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ and Bubble Boy in the studio with me.
What up?
What up? What up? How you
What
guys
up, Greg?
doing?
Good,
you guys
man.
good?
How
You
you
guys
doing?
ready? Ready for you strap on?
I'm sorry?
Yeah, you heard me. It's going to be a busy show today. We
Family
got several...
show, Greg. Family show.
No.
Tone
you
it down.
You might need to strap on a dive knife, an extra computer
Crotch
or
strap.
something. Yeah. Yeah, and you might want to just cinch it down because we could get in some like virtual current today, and you might even learn a thing or two. First time ever, I know is what you're thinking, but we got Dan Orr joining us,
Insults flying right away.
and he is doing some seminars for the Beneath the Sea show. And he's going to give us a little preview of that, which is happening at the end of March. He's going to be on the show today. Also, we have the other one.
Betty Orr?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, the other one. Actually, it was Jerry the Diver guy. Popped up this. He sent me a text. Said, "Hey, did you see this video?" And it's from our friend Catherine Castle, who used to work with Dive Training Magazine. Well, still does, I guess. But she's actually out working on a yacht with her hubby right now. It's like Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, and you basically charter this yacht for the week. It's only like, I don't know, $350,000 for the week, but you get the whole boat to yourself. Ironically, for that bargain basement price, and she'll take you diving all around, and you got sea-doos to play with, sea bobs, those underwater scooter things.
Yeah.
They got all the toys, and she's working it, and she's one of the, her and her hubby runs the boat. He's the captain, Guy, and Catherine, and so anyway, we're going to have them on the show today too. And, so be on your best behavior. Maybe you can suck up to her and see if she'll let you on for free. Either that or, if you got an extra $350,000 laying around, I'm sure
I'm
we
sure
can
I
make
can
that
scrape that up somewhere.
Yeah. Jerry the Diver guy.
I'll just sell my house.
Yeah. Jerry the Diver guy has a credit limit we could abuse and probably.
That's just chump change.
Right. See, that's one still run for him, isn't it? That'd be about a week's run.
That's just a half a steal.
See? So, if, Jerry could...
I think you're seriously overvaluing that stuff he calls swill.
What, the spring water? No, that's...
Seriously overvaluing that.
What are you talking about? If you don't drink it, you can put it in your lawnmower and run your machines and everything.
You're telling me he gets $700,000 for a still?
No, that's what Jerry the Diver guy said. Is that true, Jerry?
I'm sure.
Yeah, sure.
See, that's the going rate. See? Is that what flavor is that,
All
by the way?
lies.
Chicken
Whichever
manure.
flavor you want.
Okay. So you put in a request for a special flavor. Which kind?
Chicken manure.
Okay. All right. Well, there's...
Well, if that's what you want,
all right. Well...
we can accommodate
gonna
that
get.
for you.
All right. And that's what makes it so unique and expensive.
I'd rather hear Mr. Roboto.
Okay. I don't know where that came from. Actually, I do. And we probably should just move on. All right. So, Jerry the Diver guy with us. Barry the Bugger with us, too. And
I am here.
And actually, we had Mermaid Kristen. What happened to her?
We never had her. I never saw her pop up.
Yeah. She was on.
She was here for a moment.
And then she saw who was
She's
here and said,
Barry,
oh, hell no.
He scared her away.
Probably.
Barry, come on.
Those
I
mermaids
told
are...
you I was going to take the day off. You said, no, you need me. So
Oh, well, I
Greg.
did.
Meanwhile, my voice is going back to normal. I know you miss it.
Well,
Well,
maybe.
your voice is going back to normal, but what about the rest of you?
Oh boy, here
I'm
they
trying
go.
I'm trying to get as good as you.
All right, go
Well,
ahead.
that's going to be impossible. So,
I know I
Yeah.
can't get that low.
Right.
well, either way you look at it.
Is that a lover's squabble we just heard there?
Well, I was just checking on him. He wants to fire a shot.
So much
No,
drama.
wait. No, you didn't.
All
You
the
started
drama.
first.
Oh
You
boy!
started
All right.
it.
Well, let's talk about some news. The Beneath the Sea Dive Show is happening at the end of March. We have worked out our plans initially for the event. Finally, it took a while. We were always planning to go, but I actually got some stuff locked in this week for our schedule, and we're going to be there. Explore Ventures is giving us a live aboard trip for their silent auction that they do at the Beneath the Sea show. So you can go there and bid on an Explore Ventures trip. Probably save a few bucks maybe in the process. And it's their Northeast Caribbean trip, which includes Saba and St. Kitts and that kind of thing. And it's the first live aboard that they started with the company. So they're going to put that in the silent auction, and we'll be up there with mermaids, Jerry the Diver Guy, and God knows what else, throwing out stuff, maybe keeping people happy as they enter the show. But it'll be the first time in like 2 or 3 years that they've had the show, because Beneath the Sea, because of the COVID thing and everything, has been kind of shut down. So it's going to be nice to finally get back there and see all the folks and press the flesh, so to speak, with all our Northeast diving friends. So I'm really looking forward to it. If you want to get tickets, you need to order them online, I think is the best way. And you go to beneaththesea.us, which is the new website that they have for the show this year. But that is one of the big 3 dive shows of the year. Beneath the Sea, you have that at the end of March. You have the Scuba Show in Long Beach. This year will be like the first week of June. And, of course, the DEMA Show in November, middle of November, which will be in New Orleans. So we're going to be at all 3 events, but the first one of the year will be Beneath the Sea, and I'm looking forward to that. And like I said, we usually, pull out all the stops, and being that it's been a couple years, we may bring a few extra things to make people happy as they enter the show this year. Just a little hint of things to come. But I'm really looking forward to it. I really am. Getting up there to Secaucus, New Jersey. It's really odd. People, for years, we've been doing this show for, 26 years, which, by the way, Beneath the Sea will be our anniversary broadcast. So April Fool's Day is Scuba Radio's anniversary. Will be turning 26 April 1st, which is also
that's not
Bubbles
really
Boy's
not really
birthday.
a milestone one. That's just 26.
Just 26.
Let me
yeah.
know when you hit 30.
What day are you heading up there, Greg?
Well, I'm gonna be up there Thursday through Sunday,
Okay.
but the show is Saturday and Sunday. They do some like continuing education type seminars, things. You can check it out at beneaththesea.us on Friday, I believe. But most of the show festivities happen Saturday and Sunday. So I'll be up there all weekend. Like I said, Jerry, I think, is coming up. I think Mermaid Kristen's gonna pop up there and do our mermaid thing. She has a lot of friends up there too.
What day is Jerry heading up? Friday?
Why, you want to go the another day?
I want to make sure I'm on the same
You're not
train.
there on that day. You're right. I don't know, Jerry. Care to clarify, or do you know
I'll
yet?
probably come up on Thursday.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So you want to come up on
Friday.
Friday, of
Yeah.
course, right? Yeah, but yeah, it'll be a good time, and it is a fun show. The people up there are always super nice. They really are, and they're some
They're a cool
quite the
bunch of people.
characters. There's some really interesting characters you meet up there at the Beneath the Sea show. Because, like I said, who would have thought even after all these years, it's kind of weird to say, "Hey, you're going up to the dive show. Where is it? Secaucus, New Jersey." And it's like one of the most populated or most popular dive shows, consumer dive shows in the
The
world.
largest on the East Coast.
Yeah. So
Why don't
we'll
you
be
check
there. You
yourself
should be
into
there too.
Secaucus?
Sea Caucus. That's right. Yeah. Beneaththesea.us. Check it
Beneath
out.
the Sea Caucus.
We got more coming up on the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Bula, You'll hear that a lot when you visit Fiji. It's more than a greeting. It's the spirit of this friendly country. With 333 islands, white sand beaches, and year-round tropical warmth, it's hard not to feel happy at this exceptional dive destination known as the soft coral capital of the world. Fiji Airways has a modern fleet of aircraft that take you to Fiji in style and at great prices. Contact your travel agent now or go to FijiAirways.com and plan your Fijian dive adventure. That's FijiAirways.com.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Hey, baby, what's going down?
Later, nerd.
Are you lacking with the ladies?
Nope.
Enhance your scuba superpowers with a new Scuba Radio hat.
Wow, nice hat.
Just picked it up at ScubaRadio.com.
Buy 2 Scuba Radio hats and get free shipping.
Need a dive buddy, sexy?
Always. And I got a Scuba Radio hat for you, too.
New Scuba Radio hats are now available at ScubaRadio.com.
So cool.
Order yours today, or stay a loser.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Hello, this is Koji. I'm a diver, originally from the land of the rising sun. But now, America, my home. You are listening to Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Run! It's Godzilla!
Now, here is someone considered by many to be the Godzilla of diving. Greg the Dive Master, coming Tokyo.
Wow. You know, Koji's such a good friend. We can get away with that nonsense.
He's a hell of a sport.
I'll tell you what, I love him to death. I really do. I wish he was with us in Bimini. He really, he missed a great shark adventure. And he did, I think he regretted not joining us there.
Next time.
Especially after seeing the video, which finally did get released this past week at ScubaRadio.com. The hammerhead and tiger shark video. We had some pictures with the dive god and the crew that all went over to Bimini a couple weeks ago. And, Mermaid Kristen. And then I had the money shot in there. It was not of Mermaid Kristen. It was of a tiger shark and great hammerhead at the same time.
And I love it when they come in parallel and then they just veer off in different directions.
Yes.
They were like,
they even told us before the dive that, when if the tiger shark shows up on our dive there in Bimini, that the hammers are they're gonna take off. They're not gonna hang around.
They did it
commingle,
first, but then they came back.
Right. So yeah, the tiger shark comes in. The feeder there from Neil Watson Scuba Adventures, Bimini Scuba Adventures, makes the signal for the tiger shark, which is she rakes her hand across her arm, which is the sign of there's a tiger shark in the area. Keep an eye out. And sure enough, this big old 10-footer, man, he was or she,
girthy.
Girthy, exactly. A lot of girth on that tiger shark. Comes into the feed box by the diver, and then here comes the great hammerhead right by him. And I'm like, whoa!
And what's even cooler is that tiger shark was purring. I don't know if you could hear it.
Was that?
It was really happy to. Be
I
fed. It was going,
believe that was Bubble Boy. No, that was Bubble Boy. They were.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he
They were
was.
banging on that chum bucket like a
No,
cat. Tink, tink,
he
tink,
was
tink,
messing
tink,
his wetsuit. That's what he was doing. He was messing his
That was the
wetsuit.
bubbles.
Because he was like, "You're not supposed to see a tiger shark and a great hammerhead shark together."
I was shocked when I saw.
And then it
that.
was like-
I couldn't believe what I was seeing. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
What was that noise?
I was
that,
like,
that was the gurgling you were talking about, right?
No, I was talking about purring.
That was that was Bubble Boy messing his rental wetsuit. Yeah. Wait, what number wetsuit did you have? We might want to tell.
Number
share
2.
That. Duh.
That's good.
Okay.
That's good.
So we do have the video up there at ScubaRadio.com. Check it out. It turned out pretty good.
Your patience is rewarded. It only took Greg a month
Yes.
to get it up.
You know, I mean, we're a radio
Wait,
show.
let me,
we are a radio show, and it takes a long
Devoted to
time.
diving.
Yeah. You got. You,
Oh, I thought you were
26 years, and we finally got you to get it right there. That's good. That's good, CJ.
Thanks.
You're learning.
I'm slow on the uptake.
Yeah. But learning has occurred.
I picked a hell of a week to stop drinking.
Okay, true. Yeah, there's that.
Airplane.
But yeah, you know, the thing is, it takes a while to put these video productions together. And I mean, we're a radio show. We're not video. I got to do everything I can to fix up the video and the pictures and make us look as good as possible. And that takes time. This doesn't just happen. Okay, maybe it does. And there's really don't got much to work with, unfortunately, other than Kristen, which don't need much work with her at all. I've been watching the video statistics. It's interesting because people watch our shark diving video in Bimini, and I've noticed that a lot of them have not hung out till the end, and the ending for a lot of people is the best. There's a nice ending to the video because it shows Mermaid Kristen there on the beach doing the mermaid thing.
Well,
So-
don't give it away.
Well, I'm just saying.
They got to watch and find out.
They do, but I'm just saying don't bail early. If you think you see the sharks and that's the best of the video, it may not be. You're missing the happy ending. You got to get all the way to the end. And then I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Like, whoa, they had mermaids in Bimini too. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
So check it out, ScubaRadio.com. Share it with your friends, that whole thing. And
So what you're saying is don't pull out early.
okay.
Okay. I'm gonna let that go.
He's flabbergasted.
Yeah,
That is
Jerry's at a loss
flabbergasted.
for words.
It's flabbergasted.
That was
I'm just gonna let that go.
okay.
As you should.
Yeah, you probably.
It was
you
meant
probably
as a
should.
throwaway line.
Right. Yeah.
I'm throwing it away.
Okay, that's enough. But yeah, the video turned out good, and you guys liked it. Jerry, I mean, it's bucket list stuff, and now it's we have it
Chum bucket
memorialized.
list.
We have it memorialized in video form for the world to see. Right? And have you been sharing it with all your non-diving friends, saying, "Hey, suck it, losers," or what?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which I'm still working on mine, trying to get everything put together on mine, but I got a ton of videos to go through.
Yeah. Oh, okay. He's got a bunch of footage as well. Oh, Kristen's with us here too. I see her now on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Kristen, how you doing? What's going on? Have you recovered from Bimini yet, or what?
I think I'm still in the process of it, but I think I might need to have another trip back there.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about, Bubble Boy wants to do his birthday there in Bimini.
Yeah.
Which would be right after the Beneath the Sea show. It'd be the week following New Jersey. And, we could consider doing such a thing.
Appropriately April Fool's Day.
Yeah, well, that's our anniversary. And I don't know if I got this across earlier, but when we're up there for the Beneath the Sea show, we will be recording the show for Scuba Radio's 26-year anniversary, which will air on April 1st. So we're going to get that April 1st weekend off. We won't have to be here live because we're going to be doing the show in advance there at BTS, and which means the schedule could be open potentially to go back over to Bimini for Bubble Boy's birthday.
Oh, that'd be great.
Because it was, it was Kristen's birthday when we were there last time. So Maybe that's the Bahamas rule, that you can only go over there on your birthday when you're connected to Scuba Radio. One of the crew must have a birthday going on. Maybe that's a thing.
Cool.
So it's Bahamas Bimini Birthday Bash with Bubble Boy. Yeah?
No.
No. Okay, you're not feeling it. All right. Okay, so I guess we're not going to do that.
I like it. I just don't like your name.
What's wrong with Greg?
Yeah,
it was
it's
when
kinda boring.
I was born with it. There's nothing I can do about that.
I always wonder how many G's.
Yeah.
Some people spell it with 2 G's at the end. Greg.
Well, yeah.
Greg.
Don't say it like that. You're making it awkward.
Wow.
All right, look, we're going to have some special guests on next. Dan Orr is with us. Dr. Doug Ebersol, I think, is going to join us, too. We got a bunch of stuff happening, so stick around to the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer. And Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Peregrine is a simple, full-color, multi-gas dive computer. It's also the most economical Shearwater dive computer released to date. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
Do you have a message or a product that you'd like to share with the diving world? Well, look no further than Scuba Radio. Just like you, thousands of diving enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to ScubaRadio.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
Prepare to rig for dive.
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Hi, my name is Lisette, and I will be your bartender at Titico Bar in Seba. Come on and sit me. But until then, keep listening to Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. And now, here is a one sexy man, Ray, the dive master.
There you go. There you go. You only took 3 drinks and 2 tequila shots.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That's me. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg, the Dive Master, Mr. Sexy Man. They've called me that before when the people were seriously overserved in Saba.
I wish you'd play the rest of that clip.
Why? Why would I do this? It might make me look bad, and I don't do that.
Make me look good, though.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe too much for a family audience.
Yes. Well, we don't have that. But Dan Orr is here.
We don't have an audience.
Oh, I was just talking about a family audience. Yeah, you make a point there, CJ. But regardless, we brought in the big guns. Dan Orr from Dan Orr Consulting. He used to work with Divers Alert Network. He's doing some seminars at the Beneath the Sea show. He is kind of a big deal. And, he is with us on Scuba Radio right now, and we're thankful to have him. Actually, Dr. Doug Ebersol also standing by, but we're going to talk to Dan first because I wanted to bring him on and, talk a little bit about what's going to be going on at the Beneath the Sea Dive Show in Secaucus, New Jersey. It will be the center of the diving universe at the end of March. Once again, beneaththesea.us is the website. Check it out. But Dan, you're going to be doing seminars, not just one, but a few, I guess. Is that right?
Yeah, actually, I'm going to be pretty busy there because on Friday we have what's called a Marine Careers Program. I'm going to be the master of ceremonies for that. And that's where they bring in school children from all over the area in New York and New Jersey for almost a full day of learning about how to be involved or get involved in marine careers.
Nice.
And then that same day, I'm going to be also doing a lecture at the diving science or diving science symposium that Dr. David Cherish is doing, and I'm doing a presentation there on diving safety lessons learned. And then I'm also, during the weekend, which is the 25th and 26th, I'm doing a seminar on 5 mistakes that divers make, and then also one safety issues for the older diver.
Wow. So you're not doing anything at the show.
Yeah, plus I'm also the master of ceremonies for the Saturday evening awards banquet.
How about that? Yeah. So you got a little bit going on that weekend.
MC for the kids.
That's right. That's right.
It's going to be good.
Yes, Barry. What do you think?
Does Greg get one of those just for participating awards?
Maybe.
Oh, really?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
That would be good.
I don't think I'll get squat. I don't need it. I mean, he's got enough on his plate there, Barry. Don't give him more stuff to do.
Oh no, you need all the awards you can get.
Yeah,
Oh,
but you know, the thing is, that's one of the things they do at Beneath the Sea. They have all these seminars going on all weekend. So of course, you can just go peruse the aisles at the Beneath the Sea Dive Show in Secaucus, New Jersey, and catch up with people in the dive industry. But there's a lot of seminars that can go on where you can learn about some very interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Now, just to zero in on one, you said the top 5. What was it? 5 mistakes?
5 mistakes that divers make.
Okay, one would be associating with Barry and Jerry on Scuba Radio, and or is that 6?
I mean, that's a given.
Oh, you're right. Well, or if that's not on your list, that should be number 6.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. See, you walked right into it there.
Yeah,
Barry.
that's okay.
But I mean, is there like a little preview of that you could give us without giving the whole thing away, or what do you think?
One of them, of course, is divers need to take care of their health because one of the big issues in diving safety now has to do with underlying health issues, where people are really not taking care of their health. And also, one of the other issues is coming back to the sport after a long absence, because a lot of people have been out of the water for the last couple of years due to COVID. And so some of them haven't been regularly practicing their skills. And so all of a sudden they're coming back after a couple of years of letting their skills sort of decay a little bit.
Right.
And you need to make sure you're fully prepared before you get back in the water.
Of course. Yeah, I mean, that's good stuff. I mean, a lot of the stuff we do every week on Scuba Radio is pretty much set an example of what not to do if you want to be a good diver. You think? That's not really correct.
And you get a lot of good information.
We
on Scuba
do.
Radio.
We kid a lot. You know, we're focused. You know, I always felt that our role here on Scuba Radio is to spotlight the fun aspects of diving, where Dan Orr, you know, you're going to get some real meat on the bone a little bit more with his information that he shares. And that just makes you a better diver overall. You know, we can provide some of the fun social activities associated with diving, and that's kind of what we spotlight here on Scuba Radio. But things like that is, you know, some of it's common sense, some of it's you just got to be reminded every now and then. Like, oh yeah, I need to, you know, brush up on my skills before I jump back in the water for my next dive trip, right?
And that's the kind of stuff I try to do at these shows. And Doug Eversole does exactly the same thing. I mean, we try to make sure that we're giving people information where they can make the appropriate decisions for their own safety and the safety of the people they dive with.
Yeah. Now, it's been, 2-3 years since Beneath the Sea. Am I right? So are you as excited as I am about getting out there and seeing all the Northeast divers from that area, you know, since it's been so long? What do you think?
Well, it's going to be fabulous, actually, to talk to people instead of doing things on Zoom. I mean, for example, during COVID, I did 50 webinars and always talking to a screen. And it's really tough to talk to a computer, but it's going to be nice to really talk to people.
Yeah, I mean, Dan is, as you can see if you're watching us on YouTube, Facebook Live, or Twitch today, is on a Zoom kind of call with us on Scuba Radio today, but that's by choice because he wouldn't want to be physically near us, and can you blame him? But
it's pretty disgusting.
But the preference is when you're dealing with most normal divers, you do want to be together with them, and once again, that's where it gets really fun. I love the divers up in that part of the country too, because you know they got a little bit of an attitude. If you're not from the Jersey area or New York area, there's a little bit of gravitas that kind of comes along, like, hey, you want to go diving? We'll go diving righty, you know. And I love that. I really do. Do you like that as well, Dan, or what?
Yeah, Yeah, plus they're very, very active, which is really good. And they can dive in a lot of different types of conditions. So even if the conditions are kind of tough, they still get out there and enjoy the sport.
Yeah. Have you ever went out diving off the coast up there? Like
I've done a little off of New Jersey, done a little bit off of Rhode Island, and some actually off of Massachusetts. So it's really good diving.
Right. Now, yeah, the only stuff I see, I mean, of course, if you go off on the Atlantic, there's some wrecks and things. I guess that's kind of what you're talking about, where the real key dive. I actually saw a YouTube video of some diving, some guys were diving the Hudson River last week. One of those YouTuber guys. And I was shocked when they showed the video of what was in there. There was no bottom. It was just, I mean, there were bicycles. I mean, it was just, it was crazy. Well, I mean, you know what, but you'd kind of expect it in a waterway like that, but I don't think I'd want to be diving in there necessarily. But
you never know. I mean, I spent a lot of time diving in Ohio. We were diving in rivers and quarries, and I can remember sometimes I was swimming. It got a little bit hard to swim because I was actually in the bottom.
Right. Yeah. Well, they had to do it at slack tide, and it was one of those YouTuber guys that are, looking at, looking to recover stuff, like guns and knives and things. It's a whole YouTube thing these days. But
and there are a lot of people that actually do that kind of thing and try to return those lost items to people, or return it to the police in case they were used in a crime of some sort.
Yeah, to each his own. I mean, it's fine. It's not really my thing. I'd prefer to go see a cool wreck or some reef and stuff like that. But hey, it's all diving. It's all good. But I'll leave that to them. And I don't think Hudson River's not really on my list, as far as a dive site. But hey, I'll watch the video and give you something to talk about. All right. Well, Dan, always a pleasure. Look forward to seeing you face to face there at the end of March at Beneath the Sea. And thanks for being on Scuba Radio today.
My pleasure. It's always a pleasure to be on Scuba Radio. Thank you all very much for all the stuff you do.
Well, look at that. See? Yeah, I don't know if that's because he's expecting a payout from that comment, or it's just all these years of association that he just figures he's obliged to say something like that. But we appreciate it just the same. More coming up. Stay close.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
We are a 4-man saturation dive team.
Get sorted out.
We're ready to leave surface.
Because there's too many fish in the sea. You know there's too many fish in the sea. I said there's short ones, tall ones, fine ones, kind ones. Too many fish in the sea.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master, CJ and Bubble Boy in the studio with me. And then we got Bubble Boy, Barry the Bugger, I should say.
Thank you.
Connected via the web. Jerry the Diver Guy. Mermaid Kristen with us as well. And then Dr. Doug Ebersol. And just a little tease, starting off in hour 2, we're going to have Catherine Castle. And she has quite a thing she's been working on. Pretty cool video I saw this week. That's going to come up in hour 2 of the world's first radio show devoted to diving. But I got to get to Dr. Doug Ebersol because we probably all need therapy. He doesn't specialize in that type of medicine, but it's good to have him on call when we need him. Dr. Doug, how you doing, buddy?
Doing great.
There he is. Are you driving back as we speak from doing some diving yourself, or what have you been up to?
I've been up at a place called Paradise Springs, which is outside of Ocala, Florida.
Nice.
So I've been I'm teaching a rebreather class this morning, and we wrapped up around 3 o'clock or so and kind of debriefed, and now I'm on the road headed back home.
There you go. I don't think I know anybody who dives more than Dr. Doug. Can you guys think of anyone? Every time we talk to him, he's doing a class, or he's getting ready for some big, massive trip, or he just got back from one. I mean, he's living the life.
He's walking the walk.
Yeah, he's right. Oh, well, he's swimming. He's finning the scuba life.
Swimming the swim or something.
Yeah,
I guess.
we'll go with that. Right. So Paradise Springs, I mean, it is kind of like spring season in Florida because, during the cooler months, I mean, you could go dive with the hammerheads and stuff in Bimini right now, but the water is a little on the cool side in the ocean. So the springs are hopping I would assume. Did you see a lot of divers out there this morning, or what?
Yeah, there were probably 4 different dive teams out. We had, there were 3 of us. I had 2 students with me. And I was actually just up here 2 days ago as well, doing a different rebreather. And then last week I was in West Palm. So the water in West Palm was 77, 78.
Okay.
And we got very fortunate with flat seas. And I'm hoping to go back there next weekend as well. So hopefully the weather will clear up. So I'm just kind of bopping back and forth between the ocean and the freshwater, depending on what we're doing.
Yeah. Now, how much of a warm water wuss are you, Dr. Doug? I mean, because 76, 77 degrees is a little on the nipply side.
He does the springs all the time.
Well, I
Probably
know,
doesn't
and that's
bother him.
like 74, right? Maybe even 72.
Yes, 72, 74. But if I'm diving the springs, I dive dry. So I was in a dry suit today. Anything below about 72. I mean, if it's an hour dive in the ocean and it's 72, 74, 5 mil with a hood, I'm fine. But if it's colder than that, I've got a dry suit. You might as well wear it, kind of thing.
Right.
So I even take it, to the ocean if it's going to be, one of the winter days where it's going to be windy and the air temperature is going to be in the 50s or 60. And even if the water is 72, 74, I'll take a dry suit just because when you come out of the water, you don't get cold.
Yeah.
So,
but if it's 77 in West Palm Beach, what are you doing there? I mean, are you pulling out
I do a 5 mil.
5 mil? Okay.
I had a 5 mil with a hood. I was fine.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. No, I mean, I don't feel as bad. He's almost as bad as we are as far as being warm water wusses. I'm right there with you. Yeah.
I'm a warm water wuss. I mean, I'm technically ice dive certified, and I've done Great Lakes, and I've done British Columbia, and I've done Iceland. So I've done cold water, but I would always prefer 82, 86 degree water for sure. If I have my options.
Yeah, he's anti-shrinkage, I think, is the way we look at it sometimes too. But I'm not going to ask him to comment about that. I will ask you though, because I know you've put together a new little talk that you're going to be doing somewhere about what the aging diver. Similar to what Dan Orr does, like at Beneath the Sea, you're kind of doing some of those too?
Yeah. It's similar. I worked with Neil Pollack when he was at Dan several years ago, and I've got it updated a few times. So, as you know, the diving population is getting older. And if you look, probably at least 30% of dive fatalities are cardiac related.
Yeah.
And that's 35% of people over the age of 35, not over the age of 65.
Mm-hmm.
So it happens to younger people. So part of the talk is kind of what kind of exercise capacity you need to have to scuba dive recreationally or more.
Right.
And then looking at normal changes with aging, eyes, ears, orthopedic issues, and kind of how to deal with those. And then I go into some common cardiac or common conditions as we get older, specifically diving with coronary disease or how to hopefully keep from having coronary disease, and then diving with diabetes, those sorts of things.
Right.
And then just kind of wrap it up from there. So just basically, what you need to be able to do, how to change your diving as you get older for just normal aging, and then hopefully how to avoid medical issues. But if you happen to develop them, how you can continue to dive safely despite those conditions if possible.
Well, I'm sure you'll get some valuable information if you attend one of Dr. Doug Ebersol's seminars along those lines. And let me just say, if you haven't already thought about it, Dr. Doug, I would like to volunteer the ScubaRadio Scuba Squad as your examples of, the before and after kind of thing. Like, here's a young, healthy diver like Mermaid Kristen. You have a nice picture of her hanging out and putting on her gear. And then, and then you might turn into this a few years later and we could have Jerry, in his Speedo or whatever the hell he's wearing. And you don't turn into this. Let me volunteer.
Boy, that would be several operations.
I actually, in the talk, I have a similar thing. I mentioned that as we get older, we tend to remember ourselves as we used to be.
Yeah.
And we think we're still that person when we're not.
Right.
So I actually have a picture of myself diving in West Palm Beach in 1977, about a month after I was at the state high school swimming championship.
Right.
So I look a little different. And then I have the next picture is what I look like now. And I like to say I still think of myself as that diver in 1977, but that's not me anymore.
Yeah.
And then I have things like a picture of an appropriate shore dive entry in 1977, which would have been this rolling surf in California or something, and an appropriate shore dive entry now. Nice flat, calm, bon air, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, well,
So,
Barry the Bugger, he still thinks of himself as a little girl.
No, you have to understand, Dr. Doug, is they didn't have photography back in 1877 when Greg was just learning.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, God.
Your feeble attempts are amusing.
Better than nothing.
All kidding aside, the real key is being honest with yourself as to, are you still able to dive, and what type of diving should you still be able to do, or should you alter your diving? So that's a lot of it. And the idea is we want people to be safe and continue to be able to dive safely, well into their 70s, 80s. I certified my father to scuba dive when he was 79 because he wanted to go diving with his grandkids. And then he dove into his mid-80s before he decided to stop. So, there's no real age limit on when you have to hang up your fins. It's all based on kind of what your health is and what kind of physical capacity you have.
Yeah. We're all young at heart. There's no doubt. But, God, you look at us and we're a mess. And we got to be a little bit more real about what we can do and plan accordingly so we stay safe and don't make people that are diving with us unsafe because we're delusional in our abilities. I mean, that's one way to look at it. Probably, I don't know if it's not as scientific as Dr. Doug, but yeah. What do you think?
The one thing I would say is I always tell people you get into shape to scuba dive. You don't scuba dive to get into shape.
Ah, there you go. Well, that's the first thing I got to learn because I've done the latter for a while now, but it's just me. Don't use me as an example. All right, hour 2 on deck. Catherine Castle, among many others, going to join us. So stick around. Just getting started on the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio. This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.
Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling your radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea. Under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome to hour 2 of the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ and Bubble Boy are in the studio with me. We have We got Barry the Bugger, Jerry the Diver Guy, Mermaid Kristen, Dr. Doug Ebersol, all connected via the web, and we're going to get to them in just a bit, some more here throughout the hour. However, first, we have a special guest, long time since we've chatted with Catherine and Guy. And they're actually on a boat right now as we speak. So there might be a slight delay, but we wanted to connect with them because Jerry found this video and forwarded it to me and said, hey, did you see this? And it's pretty impressive. And it's our friend Catherine Castle that we've had on the show many times before, but it's her and her husband featured on this, I don't know, what is this, Catherine? Was it like a YouTube TV show or is it a yacht show? What the heck was that video I saw? It was about a half an hour long. What do you think? What do you think that was?
Yeah, so we work on board a super yacht. Captain Guy is the captain of this yacht, and I work on board as the diving officer and the medic and do a couple of other jobs as well. And the program is for the yachting industry, like similar to what you do with Scuba Radio, but for the yachting industry to highlight notable yachts and notable crew in the industry.
Pretty sweet. Yeah, I'll tell you, the video is awesome. How can we find it, by the way? I mean, we'll share it up at ScubaRadio.com and through our Facebook channels and stuff like that. But if they just did a Google search on this show, maybe they could probably find it on YouTube, I guess, right? Or what do you think, Catherine?
Yeah.
What is it?
Actually, I'll send you the link, and if they want to search it through Scuba Radio, that's probably the best way to do it.
Right. Well, the name of the boat
I'll send you the link that you can post
that you guys are on is called the Bridled, or is that right? Bridled? Do I get it right?
Motor Yacht Unbridled.
Unbridled. That's right, of course, because they can't be bridled. They're cruising around the world. Now, when they shot this video, and you really should look it up because it is impressive. It's an impressive piece of floating luxury. I got to tell you, I mean, it's on a whole nother level. This really isn't a live aboard dive trip. This is a private yacht charter, and you just basically get to live the lifestyle of rich and famous kind of thing. And then you have people like Catherine teaching you how to dive or taking you to all the cool hot spots. This one was based, it looked like, in the Bahamas, where you guys shot this over a couple days. But do you guys cruise all over, or it just depends on where, you give the people that charter the boat out that week a place to go, Guy? Give them the choice, or do you guys have to stay to a particular area of the world with that yacht? What do you think?
Well, with the program we have right now, we are basically focusing in the Bahamas, Caribbean. In the past, we've gone on other boat sets. We went all over the world, and that's the fun part as well.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, on the last boat me and Catherine we were Australia, Papua New Guinea, Vanuatu, any place Pacific. It was amazing.
Yes. I mean, they
But
are.
for enough money, you can take this boat anywhere you want.
Well, of course, money talks, and if you got enough of it, you'll take them wherever they want to go, right? Yeah, like I said, this is a little bit, above the typical type of dive trip. But if you got the money to spare, or you can get a group of people together, you could charter this thing for the week or whatever, and just have the vacation. That would just blow your mind. I mean, literally. I mean, they got like, Sea-Doos that you can play on during your service interval if you want to do some hardcore diving, and even got some of the sea bobs and things like that, and paddle boards and kayaks and God knows what else. And it's just a really customized type of thing. So have you been doing this a while, or is this a relatively new thing in your world? Because I know both of you have been working with yachts or on yachts for the last few years, but I wasn't aware that you were doing this type of charter thing, Catherine. Is this new, or am I just been living under a rock? I didn't know.
Well, you've been living in a pineapple under the sea.
Okay,
but
that makes more sense, right?
Guy actually has been in the yachting industry for more than 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of the original aggressor captains on the Kona Aggressor.
Oh, okay.
So that goes back a ways.
Right.
And I worked in yachting off and on throughout my career, but we've been doing other since about mid 2014.
Okay. Well, yeah, but I didn't know you were doing like charter things. I thought you were just working for the owner of these yachts, and they were hiring you as crew and captain and that kind of thing, and you're helping them out. I didn't know that you were chartering this stuff out. So that's been going on. I just wasn't aware of it. Is that right, Guy? You've been, chartering like that?
I have been chartering. Yeah, I used to charter yachts in the Mediterranean and Caribbean, in the Northeast, Alaska. Been doing chartering yachts like that for quite some time, and then got tired of the charter part for a little while. And a gentleman decided that wanted to go around the world and asked me if I wanted to be his captain, and I did that.
Aha.
And now we are back in the charter world again.
I gotcha.
The yacht
Okay.
industry.
Well, I got to tell you, after seeing that video, Jerry, I know, was saying, "Hey, Greg, you need to get Catherine on the show. We got to figure out we can work out a deal. Give him a free Scuba Radio T-shirt."
I thought you was going to charter this thing out for us, Greg.
Well, I was going to grab your credit card, and that was going to, that was going to be enough for us to get the cab fare covered on the way to the pickup point in the Bahamas from the airport. But that was
that'd probably be about all it would get with that.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, they would just look up the Unbridled online, find out where to charter it, and then I mean, if it was someone like us, you'd give it a set preferred customer cost. It would be like what 1.5 times the typical retail price, right, Catherine? Yeah, you think?
I'm sure we could make something work out so that you wouldn't all have to sell your homes in order to come stay on board the boat for the week.
Everyone's but mine. So if they're willing to contribute their residence, I'm in.
Well, you're not going.
Yeah, no. The boat, you guys like take up to like 12 people. So we got plenty. We got plenty of room. I don't have to have anything other than the master bedroom. So what are you guys whining about? Come on, Jerry. So
exactly.
Right. And, I do know if you watch the video.
We take 12 guests.
Yeah, 12 guests. Yeah, it could be, it could be couples. It could just be, individuals or, Jerry and Barry share a room, CJ and Bubble Boy and Kristen have her own room. I'd have my own room. Yeah, we can make something work.
I'll sleep on deck before I stay with Barry.
Oh, come on, you guys. You wouldn't judge them, would you, Catherine? I mean, you welcome all kinds of people in all walks of life. Yeah. What happens on the boat stays on the boat.
Very discreet.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I mean, they have to because they deal with kind of, specialized clientele. I love it. And Catherine is one of the sweetest people you could ever meet in the dive industry. She is so nice. And I'll tell you, it's nice to hear you guys doing so well and seeing stuff like that. So I just wanted to bring you on and let people give them an update of what you're doing. And if they want to, go for the top of the mountain when it comes to diving for a week, and money is no object, Catherine's the person to talk to, right? You would back me up on that, wouldn't you, Catherine?
Absolutely.
Yes. All right, there you go.
Absolutely. We'll send you the link, and we go from there.
That's right. Love it. Yeah, and you watch that video, keep an eye out for mermaids. They even have mermaids on the Unbridled. I kid you not. More coming up. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer, and Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Taric is the best, most intuitive, and reliable wristwatch-sized dive computer on the market. Check it out in the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo with a buddy or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not. I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Scuba action star Mike Scott is back in a new audiobook, Cayman Cowboys, Reefs Under Pressure. From author Eric Douglas comes the one that started it all. Listen as Mike deals with submarines, kidnapping, betrayal, and more.
He didn't even have fins or a mask to let him see in the water. He was going to be slow and blind. If it weren't for the float, he knew there would be no way he would ever make it to the surface.
Download Cayman Cowboys or Oil and Water, Return to Cayman, Turks and Chaos, and Lionfish at Amazon, booksbyeric.com, and audible.com.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Dad, what are you doing in there?
I look these fish right in the eye, and they look back at me, and they see right through me. They know who I am, these fish.
Come on, baby, and do the fish. I'm gonna teach it to you right. Come on, baby, just like this. We're gonna do our fish tonight. Now sing it. Do the fish, come on, come on. Do the fish,
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. Very appropriate to do the fish while you're listening to our show today. Just don't do it like Barry. That's not the proper move.
It's scary, huh?
It is. It makes things a little awkward.
I didn't see it. What was he doing?
Oh,
nothing. I wasn't doing anything. It's a good thing you didn't see it.
Go ahead. Show him, Barry.
No, watch the replay.
See, there he goes. It kind of looks like you remember the old video with Steve Martin doing King
Yeah,
Tut?
he was doing King Tut. That's about all I know how to do.
All right. Well, chicks dig it. I'm guessing.
Okay, if
Kristen.
you say so.
What do you think, Kristen?
She's trying not to laugh.
What? No, she's probably.
Oh, that's it. She lost it.
What? She's
She
like, no, Kristen. I'm sure she digs it. Jerry.
I plead the fifth.
You plead the fifth. That is not appropriate.
She's trying to be nice.
What do you mean? Why would she do
Later,
that?
nerd.
Okay, there it is.
Wait, you do want a hat, don't you?
Well, okay.
I have a hat.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
All right. So she needs nothing. She wants nothing from you, Barry.
Nothing from me anymore.
And your moves are not working.
Hey,
Evidently.
baby, what's going down?
I'll just take my
Okay.
yacht charter by myself.
Barry is like a sinking ship.
Yeah. Well, if you want to find out where that boat is that Guy and Catherine are on,
Yacht.
the Unbridled.
Yacht, not a boat.
Unbridled, I should say. But it's Ultimate Yacht Charters is the name of the show on YouTube. You just look it up on YouTube, and it's about a half-hour show. It's entertaining. It's very, very cool, and I think I could be very comfortable on that vessel. And so there you go. All right. So look that up. Is he doing that for?
I don't know.
Barry, what are you doing?
Spinach.
He thinks that people can see that.
Spinach dip for brains.
All right, let me bring everybody up to speed because he just did something that made no one has any idea what's going on. You just referenced something that we did on the other show.
Yeah, well,
we haven't even talked about that on Scuba Radio.
Yeah, but we're supposed to. I mean,
Okay. Well, tomorrow is the Super Bowl, right,
There
guys?
you go.
Right. So before we did Scuba Radio today, what's Barry talking to me? Nothing about diving. He wants to get a recipe for his spinach dip for the Super Bowl tomorrow. But he said, "I'm trying to get my spinach dip squared away." I'm like, "Spinach? What do you mean spinach?" He goes, "Yeah, spinach dip from Wyoming."
No. You say Wyoming.
So it took him this long, over an hour into Scuba Radio, to finally find his recipe, I guess. And he just showed it to us on the closed caption video, and that's what threw everybody. So I just want to bring up the rest of the class, up to speed to realize how nonsensical that was. But that's just what he does sometimes, and that's okay. We
Well, I
love you
want
for
to
it,
make
Barry.
sure you got the good parts of the show done.
Glass houses, Greg.
What do you mean? What are you trying to say?
Not nice to make fun of somebody that has a speech.
Who's making fun of? He doesn't have a speech impediment. He thought spinach was spinach.
Spinach.
No, he just pronounces
I
the
say it
CH
wrong.
as a soft CH.
No, he doesn't. He says spinach.
I'm strong to the finish because I eat my spinach.
Yeah, that's.
Oh my God!
He says it with panache.
I gotta go.
Yeah, I thought he was doing giving it like a Finnish type of attitude to it.
At least I know how to say
Like
Wyoming.
to make spinach sound a little bit more exotic. It's I'm not having spinach dip for the Super Bowl. I'm gonna have some spinach.
Now he's
dip.
trying to turn it back around on you, Greg.
Turn what back around? I don't know.
Wyoming.
What are you having for the Super Bowl?
Not spinach dip. I promise you that much.
What is
I have
anyone
none of that.
making anything special? You gonna have lobster dip?
That would be. I guess it's still season. If we could get some fresh Florida lobster, you're down there. Why
Too
you
late
get
now.
Why? He could go diving today after the show.
We couldn't.
Well, yeah, but he could go. As soon as we finish up the show.
And then I should just drive all the way up there tomorrow.
Yeah, or overnight it if you can get it in the mail.
Overnight. I overnighted
Nah,
my
drive
son's
it.
wedding cake.
No,
you don't know how
we-
much that costs.
Right. Drive it. You
Don't
have,
be cheap.
You have nothing else going on. Right. Come on, Barry.
Show us you care.
When you come up here, we'll show you what a real spinach dip is like.
That ain't spinach.
Okay. So I didn't expect to talk about
Take you
that.
to Popeyes?
Yeah. Well, I mean, are you guys doing anything for the Super Bowl diving related? Will you combine the two things, or are you just totally focused on football when you do that?
Nothing diving related.
You don't think so? No.
How the hell would you do that?
I don't know. You've got to think it through a little bit. I mean, is there any way to use your dive gear to enhance your Super Bowl viewing pleasure? Or I mean, we could, what's the Super Bowl dive site of the two best sites that you could put up head to head in a dive site competition, like the
Okay,
Super
now
Bowl of
you're
dive
talking.
site. Yeah, I don't know. Would you have one, Barry? Like two, I should say.
A Super Bowl of dive sites? No, you're more world travel than me. So I would think it would be Fiji would be one of them. I don't know what the second would be. Maybe Egypt.
Really?
That would be- that-
Wait, you haven't been to either place, so you're
Haven't
just
been to
going
either-
from what I've said.
Yeah, from what you've said, if you were to have the Super Bowl of diving, it would probably be Fiji versus Egypt at this point. What do you think?
That's not a bad comparison. That'd be an interesting.
Thank you, Captain Vicarious.
I thought it was obvious.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. What about that, Kristen? You'd put Fiji up there, just knowing that she's been there. She hadn't been to Egypt. But what would you put
Yeah.
up against Fiji, maybe?
Dominica.
I was going to say, I thought she was going to say that too. And they're very similar in a lot of ways. Jerry the Diver Guy, what about you?
Raja.
Excuse me?
Raja Ampit.
Roger Armpit.
What? Roger.
That's.
I'm trying to put my speech in.
Damn it! Fix this chair,
Oh,
Greg.
CJ fell over.
No, you noticed I did
Wow, all
not
hell's
fall.
breaking loose.
Did you see that cat-like reflexes?
No, I didn't see that at all. I saw
see-
someone who was very awkward.
No, notice I didn't fall.
You didn't fall. You did catch yourself. Correct.
It would be Raja Ampit.
Roger Armpit.
Okay, Dr. Doug Ebersol, how do you say that? I think you know the proper.
It's Raja Ampat.
Exactly, not Roger Armpit.
Yeah.
Hey, look, it's Mike here. Greg.
It's the mic. It's what is a person blames his equipment, right?
It's a poor musician who blames his instrument.
And a poor
diver
that blames
his microphone.
Okay, right. All right, more coming up. Stay close. Oh, jeez.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
I used to watch you at the Improv when I was starting out. Things you made me laugh so hard because I had just started learning to scuba dive. You did that bit about scuba diving and how the whole point of the sport is not to dive.
There's a fish, there's a rock, who cares? Don't dive.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master, CJ and Bubble Boy in the studio, Jerry the Diver Guy, Mermaid Kristen, Dr. Doug Ebersol, and the guy who's strong to the finish because he eats his spinach.
I eats my spinach.
Barry the Bugger, who up until today thought spinach was pronounced spinach. Spinach.
Hey, Barry.
Yes, sir.
How do you pronounce RETARD?
Oh, boy.
GRE.
Oh, well, you wise guy, you. All right.
Succotash.
Well, anyway, it's fine. You know, we're here to educate people.
Sucking ass.
And if that means, even though we're divers and we go down as much as possible, sometimes we have to raise our team up. And that's what we were trying to do and enlighten Barry a little bit so he doesn't make spinach dip tomorrow for the Super Bowl.
I'm not making it. I'm just eating it.
Okay. All right. Well, that's fine. But you want to pronounce it
Either way,
properly.
it gets stuck in your teeth.
Okay.
No matter how you say it.
Is that spinach in your teeth?
Is that seaweed?
Spinach?
Is it low tide in your mouth?
Oh, jeez. All right. Well, anyway, now you know what not to do. It's another example of what we do sometimes here on the show. We make dumb mistakes so you don't have to, right? That's how you learn.
We're learning hair braiding techniques from Mermaid Kristen now.
Is she?
I'm actually twisting it. Thank
she's
you.
twisting her hair, her mermaid hair.
She's twisting it, Barry. Come on.
She has quite the locks.
I don't have enough hair to twist.
I got to make sure all the curls are perfectly twisted.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's what mermaids do. I mean, that's kind of like Kristen's superpower. She does have quite the hair, quite the mane. Is that right? Mane.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, for a mermaid, you have to. She has to look her best, and hair is a big part of that in the mermaid world, I guess, right? Have you been doing any mermaid gigs lately, Kristen, since we got back from the Bahamas, or no?
No, I haven't. My patty rep called me recently asking me if I wanted to run the patty booth at the Mermagic Con this year.
Oh.
So I'm considering doing that, but it also sort of delays my my move date. So I don't know. I'm not sure yet.
Right.
But that's the only thing I'm really doing.
Gotcha. And
It's too cold right now.
Well, it is. Yeah, she's trying to get to warmer waters, and that's what she's working on. So we'll cover her progress as time goes by. But yeah, she might be up there at the Beneath the Sea Dive show doing her mermaid thing. That is the plan.
Definitely will be.
Yep. And then we may get back down and do some stuff down in the Keys or over in Bimini again. you know, because it's warm enough. I mean, especially compared to where she is now up there in Virginia, just north of even Jerry the Diver guy, I believe. Isn't that right, Jerry? It's cold where you are today, isn't it?
I'm in a mountain. She's in a flat land to the north.
Yeah, but it's still cold in both places right now.
Yeah, it was 47 earlier.
Oh, geez. Glad I'm not you. Glad
It
I'm
was
not
70
you.
here like 2 days ago.
Was it? Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's
This
still
whole week,
too damn cold.
60s.
Too damn cold.
Hey, you can come on up, Greg. There's snowstorms.
Damn
coming.
right.
No.
I needed my AC on the way over here.
Well, that's right. Yeah, we're
Hey,
like
y'all
in the 80s.
suck at losers.
Oh,
I don't think we're the losers.
I'll take it.
It's 81
I don't
degrees
think-
right now.
That's I think you got it backwards there, my friend. I think
No.
Yeah.
No.
All right. Well, whatever you got to do. Yeah.
I'll bring you some yellow snow.
Gross.
Gross.
Yeller.
All right. So, look, there is a couple stories I wanted to throw out at the crew before we wrap things up today. You know, last week we talked about how Florida had the most dangerous beaches in the world. There was an article came out, right? Because
But not for divers.
well, not for divers, for sure. But they said New Smyrna Beach, which is not even 50 miles from where we are here in Orlando, is the most dangerous beach in the world.
I go there all the time.
You know
Nonsense.
Why? You know why? The visibility sucks.
Well, okay, not good for diving, but it's good for little, ankle biter shark incidents. And so because of that, and hurricanes, and I don't know, what was the third? There was some other third criteria. Anyway, they made it
Undertow.
Some ridiculous nonsense.
Rip currents.
Hogwash, I tell you. Well, they're now saying Florida has seen the most unprovoked shark attacks on Earth in
We're number
2022.
Woohoo!
But it's just garbage because it's most of these attacks, unprovoked attacks, are like ankle biter incidents in like New Smyrna Beach to surfers and stuff like that. It's not like,
We have a lot of coastline and a lot of visitors.
Greg,
right. Barry?
as a good PR person, you could turn this around and say, because of that, you have the best chance of seeing sharks when you dive in South Florida.
You could
or
say
anywhere
that.
in Florida.
Right. But, New Smyrna, you're not going to see them, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
Why is the visibility so bad up there?
Because there's no reef.
Once in a great while, it'll be clear, but it's
one
for
word, poop. No,
No, that's Cocoa Beach.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. I don't know.
Chocolate Beach.
Actually, you know what it is,
Cocoa
honestly,
sounds better than
is the Gulf Stream that goes between Florida and the Bahamas is quite a ways offshore until you get down to like Jupiter, Florida, further south. But before that, I mean, the Gulf Stream's like 50 miles offshore. So it's the Gulf Stream that what keeps flushing new water in and out and cleans out all the muck and
it's generally pretty green.
goo and stuff like that. But yeah, it's gonna New Smyrna, Daytona even is generally not very clear water. It's like
Correct.
muddy, kind of looks like cocoa. Yeah, that's what it looks like. It's like diving in. Well, you could say
Even Cocoa Beach is not. It's always churned up out there.
So is it all shallow out there? You have to go out really far to get into like 60, 70 foot of water?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
you got to go a ways
Oh, it's a
off.
long trip. Okay.
Yeah, well, to get out to the Gulf Stream for sure, but upwards of like Jacksonville, if you go way offshore, you can get like monster lobsters and stuff. Same thing for Daytona, same thing, but you got to go like 50, 70 miles offshore to get to the ledges and where the water gets flushed in and out because of the Gulf Stream a little bit. So you have to go way, way out there. And because you don't have that constant flushing of the Gulf Stream, we don't have as good a visibility.
Yeah, we got to cruise
north.
down by Barry.
Right.
To get any good visibility.
And see the sharks, what happens is they come in and feed on the bait fish around New Smyrna Beach, and the surfers are there at some of the inlets where they get some, good wave action. And the sharks come in, they bite their feet, so they see the white, flash of their foot or something or whatever, and they mistake it for a bait fish, and they, latch on and bite them. And sometimes
They
they're a little
spit
bit
'em
more
back
serious
out.
than others.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want anybody being bit by a shark, don't get me wrong, but that's
I
the
can think of a couple
majority
people.
of, well, okay. That's the majority of the incidents. And, when they put out these stupid reports that, oh, it's the most dangerous it's been in the history of recording shark, give me a break. It's such nonsense.
Can't believe any of the media bull crap.
Yeah, well, it's the media, it's the International Shark Attack File folks too that put this crap out there. They've been doing it for years, and we had a little run-in with them of probably 15 years ago, and I started calling them out. They didn't like that. But you know who owns SharkAttackFile.com and InternationalSharkAttackFile.com?
Greg the Dive Master.
Hello, Scuba Radio. Type it in. That's where we'll, trying to, get the truth out there.
I love it.
Yeah, because I was kind of tired of them putting this nonsense out there to the world.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Here comes old Greg. He's a scaly manfish.
He's Greg the Dive Master.
What you doing in my waters?
The show is a disaster.
I got something to show you.
He's Greg the Dive Master.
Hi there.
Master. Dive Master. Dive Master. Dive Master.
I'm old Greg. Pleased to meet you.
I'm Nart. Hello, fishies.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am old Greg the Dive Master, and CJ and Bubble Boy are in the studio with me. And then we got Barry the Bugger, who is strong to the finish because he eats his spinach.
Spinach.
And Jerry the Diver Guy. And now it looks like Mermaid Kristen tapped out, and Mermaid Rachel has popped in or tapped in.
Perfect timing.
Yeah. Rachel, how you doing? What's going on?
I am doing great. I'm actually here in Phoenix. I have a gig this weekend. Time to top up the bank account for a little bit, and then hopefully get back to freediving in the pool next week.
Excellent. Now, when you say you have a gig in Phoenix, what does that mean exactly, or can you say? Because she does a lot of top secret stuff too, Yeah.
No, this one isn't top secret.
Okay.
This one is for a party for Fox News. I don't know too much other than I'm going to be spinning LED props. So it's like fire except with the LEDs.
Wow. So she's a fire twirler usually, but she's going to use LEDs to be safer because it's Fox and they don't play with fire.
They don't want their host to burn up, huh?
Yeah. But I mean, so is this going to be like a Super Bowl thing you're doing, or can you even say that much? Don't want to go that far.
I'm not quite sure. I'm sure that it probably has something to do with the Super Bowl, given the fact that it's this weekend.
Got it.
And it's Fox News. Unfortunately, I won't be there for it.
Yeah. All right.
Fox
well, that's
News
cool.
is at the Super Bowl this weekend.
Yeah. Well,
thanks, Jerry. We knew that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well.
Yeah. Hey, what are friends for?
That's right. That's right.
Thank you.
And but yeah, I mean, well, it's good that you've you got a little window of time. And are you planning to go? Are you going to go to the Beneath the Sea show in Jersey? Do we know yet? You might have a conflict. Is that the deal? Well, we don't know.
Yes, that's true. I would like to, but I'm not quite sure. So filming for American Ninja Warrior is mid-March to early April, and they haven't given me the exact dates yet.
Yeah. Yeah. How about that, God? See, I didn't know you were going to say what it was. So it's okay.
Yeah, I'm allowed to say that.
Okay. Yeah, she's going to try out for American Ninja Warrior.
Awesome.
How about that?
Good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really excited.
Yeah. What do you think, Barry? You want to do that too?
There's not enough spinach in the world.
Enough spinach to make you
better
spinach.
start eating my spinach.
Yeah.
We can work out together now. I've got like little chicken arms as a freediver, so it's been fun, like trying to bulk up.
We can just carry Bear's tanks for him.
Jeez.
Right.
No, we don't need to do that anymore.
Yeah.
Big
No.
boy.
See, if Barry went.
I mean, I'd be okay with that.
Here's the thing: if we send a bunch of people like Barry, Jerry. Hell, I'll put myself in that. We could audition at the same time you are and make you look so amazing.
Right.
It's like, wow.
You're
By comparison,
guaranteed to get in.
You'd be so far ahead of the competition. You know, but I don't think it works that way, does it? You have to be invited to even try out for this, don't you? Isn't that how it works, kind of?
Well, you know, I kind of we'll see how it goes. I was contacted on Instagram and asked to apply, but I know that there are plenty of people who have applied and have gotten on. So it just depends on, you know, if you catch the eye of the casting director.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I have a goal for us next year. We could all shoot like a ScubaRadio group audition video.
Rachel, there's no one in this group that can cast an eye.
Cast an eye? We're going to start throwing eyes at people? What are we doing? I think catch the eye, Barry. Catch the eye.
Whatever. There's none of us.
Get the spinach out of your ears. Oh, golly. Yeah. Well, I mean, we'd definitely catch their eye if we put a video together. I mean, you know, like that shark diving video. That might catch our eye, but then when they meet us, then they go, oh, hell
Is that the
no.
one when you get smashed in the nuggets by like a big padded pole or something?
Well, it might happen after
they beat the crap out of each other.
What, the Ninja Warrior?
Yeah. Is that
No,
what that
no. They do this obstacle course thing.
Wait, this is when they always end up in the water somewhere?
Yeah, exactly.
Like a Japanese game?
They got to climb.
Oh.
It's hardcore, man.
Windmills.
I mean, you know, you got to understand that Rachel, I mean, she is a physical specimen. She is a stunt woman. She's twin.
She's dressed
world's-
for it right now. She's wearing her physical stunt woman outfit.
It looks like a sweater.
This is actually
Barry.
like my work clothes for the pharmacy next week.
Yeah, I was gonna say she
Okay.
looks like she's kind of dressed up. That's not an athletic attire. She's dressed up for the show today, Barry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, no. and
Dressed up for you, Barry.
Ah, thank you.
No.
she's like, oh hell
Just
no.
be on the show for everybody watching the show. Sometimes we play dress up.
That's right.
If you need to
Barry
throw up,
plays
just
dress
turn
up
your
all the
camera
time.
off for a second.
Exactly. So true. So true. Well, yeah, we wish you the best with that. The only thing that sucks, it might conflict with her coming to Beneath the Sea in Jersey at the end of March. So we'll wait and see if that happens. If it doesn't conflict, then you can come out with us, and we'll have her twirl fire there at the entrance or something. I'm sure they would love that.
I mean, I'm fully insured. If they are willing to book me, I am willing to perform.
Yeah, it won't happen, unfortunately.
So
but I don't
Greg,
think-
that means
yeah.
she's not going to do it for free.
Well, yeah. Well, I was going to say.
Nor should she.
No, yeah, she shouldn't. I mean, it may be the way you're trying to present this, to be honest, Rachel. If you say, hey, look, if you hire me, I'll do this. If you don't hire me, I'll do this. And burn the damn place down. You could play that card.
No, I kind of want to still keep working.
Yes,
it is New Jersey.
It is. You got to be
a
tough.
shame if something happened.
Yeah.
Be a shame.
That's right.
I'm not that kind of person, guys.
Okay. Well, you need better representation. Like, CJ would help out. Barry.
Be a shame.
Be like
Oh, thanks, guys.
Yeah,
I just need you guys.
never work again in your life. But
Why?
it'd be
Because I'll be
fun
in
to-
jail?
Yeah, good chance.
Yeah.
Odds are more
You
than
got to catch you first.
That's see.
Run,
It's
Forrest,
always the
run.
bright side. Old Cock Johnson knows how to work it. God
Awesome.
bless him.
Love
she
that
can
nickname.
scale-
Thank you
she
for
can
calling me
scale-
that.
She could scale walls, so I think she would get away.
What do you mean she can scale walls?
She could scale. Yeah, she's a stunt performer.
Oh, you
so
know
I'm
what
sure
she
you're
looks
gonna
like?
just tie a rope.
She looks like an international jewel thief.
Oh, right.
A cat burglar. She could like slide in and slide out.
She is in all black, like a black sweater today. Yeah. Okay. I
Stunt
see that.
performers don't climb walls, Barry.
Oh
They
my
fall
gosh,
off of
guys,
them.
Yeah.
this is what I wear in the pharmacy. Just imagine me with a white coat over it.
I don't know what
Like I'm literally
pharmacy she
headed back
works
to work in the
at.
pharmacy.
And do you have to
on
say
Monday.
dropping off or picking up?
Hi, do you have any questions about your medication?
Oh, there. See.
Does
That's a
anyone
pro.
ever ask you a question?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Does
they
this
do?
rash look infected?
Oh boy. That's
Well, no,
happened
the-
once or
the-
twice, I'm guessing.
They're interesting ones. There are certain medications where a person sees you as a pharmacist and they're like, nope, I don't have any questions. Nope. And they walk away. But
Oh.
there are certain classes of medication.
Is this a
Yeah.
carbuncle or a boil?
Oh boy. Hate those. Hate when that
For
happens.
Greg, when the moment is right.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
Yeah, she knew it.
inappropriate, Barry.
Those are not blue
Inappropriate.
M&Ms.
Quiet. All right. Well,
What
you
you
get
mean
to work.
say, Barry, is what happens after 5 hours.
Oh, just stop it already. My God, you guys. You're really, really. Oh.
Such children.
Yeah. All right. Well, Rachel, I'll let you get to work and training for Ninja Warrior. Keep us up to date on how that progresses. But we wish you the best. Thanks for checking in. We do appreciate it as always. Okay. Putting up with our nonsense.
For sure.
Yeah.
Thanks
absolutely.
for keeping some humor in my life. I appreciate you.
Well, okay.
That'll start any day.
What we're here for.
Well, we're out of time. The funny might just happen.
One of these days. As soon
Yeah.
as we cut the mics off, it's all hilarious.
Hilarity
The real
will
funny
ensue.
begins.
Exactly. All right. And on that note, we'll wrap it up. Till next time. Remember, it's always better where, gang? Come on.
In a big bowl of spinach.
Wearing sweater with spinach.
Safe diving, everyone.
If you want to stay in the know, if you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio. Let's go! Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio.
This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.